friends, I know we're 5 months into the year, but I just got an iPad and I always wanted to have a digital book journal. So today I will be setting that up and I will be also reviewing every book I read so far this year, which to be honest is not that much because I moved countries, so I didn't have that much time. But hopefully, starting from now on, I can read more and I will also be deciding my priority books, what book series I want to read. I personally love watching this type of videos, but it's my first time making one, so I hope I can manage to do it and so you can get cozy and enjoy it. Okay, for this part, I know I can download the book covers from Google and just do it that way, but I want it to feel more like a real book journal. I want it to feel more handmade, so I decided to hand paint them instead. They didn't turn out that good, I think, but I'm happy with them. And here I actually spent 10 minutes, not kidding you, 10 minutes trying to paint this the correct way, but at the end I just decided I shouldn't try to be a perfectionist and just go with it because it was taking way too much for only one cover and I have to do like 12 of them. Okay, that's finally done after 20 minutes. On to the next one. So I completely forgot to add the book titles because I was way too into the coloring part, but I will do it soon, don't worry. This was a book about chess, so I hope you can see my vision. I personally love how this one turned out. I also adored the book. My review will be later on in the video. Hey, good job! You finally remembered to write the titles. So the first book I read this year is Tom Lake by Ann Patchett. The second one is Check and Mate by Ellie Hazelwood, and the one I'm coloring right now is Ruthless Vows by Rebecca Ross. Also, not gonna lie, I was kind of proud of myself that I was able to memorize all these authors' names. I didn't know I had it in me. I didn't know I had all these authors' names stored in my brain. Here's what we have so far. I think they look adorable. And that's me. Sorry for the jump scare. Look how careful I am putting the iPad back. I don't want any scratches. I'm so scared of them. So this is They Both Die at the End by Adam Silvera. If you read this book, please let me know your thoughts because I'm still really conflicted about it, even months later. Okay, please just watch how satisfying this is. Like something was happening to my brain at this point. I was so happy. This is Killjoy by Holly Jackson. I read this book months after I finished reading the original trilogy because I wanted to have something to go back to when I missed the characters. And oh my god, guys, you should please read this series if you didn't. It's so good. It's the perfect mix of thriller, mystery, but also like it's not shallow. You actually get connected to each and every character. Here you can see me trying to add a plant that was on the original book cover, but I'm not even kidding you. I'm the most untalented person when it comes to drawing, so yeah, sorry about that. I know it's very bad. I'm trying my best, okay? So at this point, I've been working on these book covers for the past hour. Naturally, my hands and fingers are quite tired, and so I decided to add the books I read in March and April later, someday, not today, because we still have a lot to do with this journal. And if I give all my time to this page only, it wouldn't be fair to the other pages. Oh, and as you can see, I've already filled what I read in March and April for a TikTok video. And as you can see, March was not a very good reading month. The maximum stars I gave to a book was 3 stars. And here is a closer look. I decided to fill out this page first, series to read, and I have so many that I want to read, so I had a bit of analysis paralysis here on this page, which is when you have way too many choices that you get stuck, your brain gets frozen, and nothing comes to your mind. So I only filled like three series, but even now I can pull out 20 different series that I'm dying to read on the top of my head. Like, how did I not add ACOTAR here? I'm so excited to read ACOTAR. But currently, the series I'm most excited to read by far is Magnolia Park's Universe. I was the biggest fan of Gossip Girl, and I just have a feeling I'm gonna fall in love with this universe. The only reason I still haven't gotten around to starting this series yet is I'm looking for the OG covers at a reasonable price, but they're just so expensive for some reason. And here you can see how much I'm struggling to think of a single book series that I want to read. Like I said, analysis paralysis. Boys of Tommen series. So I'm currently actually reading the first book of this series, Binding 13. It's a bit cringy at times, but I'm not gonna deny the fact that it's super fun to read. It's like a guilty pleasure. And Red Rising. Hayley Pham actually influenced me to read this one. I really trust her, so I just went ahead and bought a boxed set. I'm really excited to start this. Only problem is I'm already in the middle of like 2 fantasy book series, so I'm just waiting to complete those before starting a new series. By almost done, I mean I read 70% of it. I still have like 200 pages to go. It's a long book. Best book I read every month. So for January and February, the choice was very easy. I adored both of those books and they still live rent-free in my mind. I think of them quite often. But I cannot say the same for March. It was really hard to choose something when the maximum stars I gave this month was 3. After 5 minutes of thinking, I finally decided on a book. At least it was fun to read, even though it was very predictable. Okay, this is my favorite part to fill out, and this is also where I'm going to be giving my thoughts on the books. I think the reason I really like filling out this section is because I don't have to use my brain as much. I don't have to think about what to read or what's my rating. It's just very straightforward. I just have to put whatever I read and put them in the correct order, and it gives me a sense of accomplishment, like, wow, I read this book and I read this book. It's just so nice. Okay, so Tom Lake by Ann Patchett. This was the first book I read this year, and oh my god, it was just literally cozy. It was just a very cozy book. It's narrated by Meryl Streep, so you should, I think, listen to this one on audiobook. It was just the comfiest, cutest story. I just 100% recommend it. 4.5 stars, it definitely deserves it. Check and Mate by Ali Hazelwood. Ali Hazelwood's books are very hit or miss for me, but this was literally the cutest book. It had so many things I hated, like how the female main character is super bad at understanding the other person's feelings, even when they're very obvious, but still none of those things stopped me from loving this book. I think the reason why I loved it as much is because it focused mainly on chess instead of the romance. Chess rivalry between our two main characters. It was written really, really well. I was on the edge of my seat. It was like watching a sports anime. You know, that wholesome, cute, but very exciting type of feeling? It was exactly like that. I recommend this to you. This also gets 4.5 stars. Okay, Ruthless Vows, the final book of Letters of Enchantment Duology. I don't have that much to say about this other than that Rebecca Ross can create magic with her words. 4 stars. They Both Die at the End by Adam Silvera. I'm really conflicted about this book. When I finish reading a book, watching a movie, playing a game, or anything, I usually don't even have to think about the rating too hard. It just simply appears in my brain. But this book was one of the rare times I really struggled to find a rating for. I even had to sleep on it and see how I feel about it the next day. My initial rating for this was 1.5 stars out of 5, but I thought the ending was really smart, so I decided to give it 2 out of 5. But I just couldn't click the rating on Goodreads, like, I physically couldn't. So I decided to sleep on it and decide in the morning. Then I had a dream about the book, and I realized how much it actually affected me. So here it is, I'm deciding on 3 stars. Okay, on to February. First Lie Wins by Ashley Elston. So I have a problem with DNFing books I don't enjoy because even if I don't have lots of fun reading a book, I always think I will at least learn something new from it. But I really should have DNF'd this book. That feels so bad to say. Like, I don't want to be mean, but I got nothing from it. 1.5 stars for the effort, since I'm sure this book was quite hard to plan out with so many characters, names, and timelines, but it all felt so messy and pointless in the end. I think this book tried to do so much that in the process it just ended up doing nothing. Killjoy by Holly Jackson. When I started reading this series, I thought it would just be a fun little mystery thriller book, but months later, I'm still not over it. I think Holly Jackson has the most addictive writing I've ever read. This book was about a fun little murder mystery night, and we know nothing bad is going to happen, but she still manages to make my heart skip a beat in every chapter with her writing. Just cute, so nice. I love Holly Jackson. 3.75 stars. Caraval by Stephanie Garber. I had no expectations going into this one. I was so afraid of spoilers, so I tried to avoid mostly everything I saw about this trilogy. I didn't even know the plot except obviously a Caraval setting. The first half had me confused and I thought it was kind of a messy writing and I didn't really understand how the world works. When I got to the second half, I started understanding there are no rules in this world, or at least they don't matter. There's no logic, or at least I stopped searching for it. I just accepted the magic and stopped questioning everything, which I think is the mindset we're meant to have to enjoy the world of this book. It was very whimsical and nice. 4 stars. If I Had Your Face by Frances Cha, which is a book I still think about to this day. It's not a genre I read a lot, but this book convinced me to read more. Anytime I put this down, I couldn't stop thinking about the women in this book and what would happen in their life next, which is weird because nothing particularly exciting happens. It's a slice of life book. I think I was really interested because I was very invested in the characters. It was very interesting how I was able to match each woman here to someone I know in real life. They all felt very real, and while they all had their own distinct personalities, they also felt really familiar, all dealing with the same struggles. 4.25 stars. I recommend every woman who's dealing with the unrealistic beauty standards to read this one. And that was it. So here's everything we've filled today. Here's the little flip through, scroll through, I guess. This was really fun to make, so please let me know if you enjoyed it, if you would like more of this type of content, bookish content, iPad content, or just let me know what you would like. These clips were originally 100 minutes, but I managed to edit them to 15 minutes. Oh, and please let me know what's your favorite book you read this year so far. And as per usual, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed watching this. I also do cozy gaming videos and bookish content like this one, or just cozy things in general. I love cozy vibes. I will also be linking down in the description my Bookstagram, my main Instagram, my cozy gaming Instagram, and my TikTok accounts, so you can follow me there if you wish to do so. And hope you have a nice day, week, night, wherever you are. And thank you for watching. Bye.